Thank you so much, Professor Neeraj Kaushik. Um, for the benefit of all, what I will do is I will go it in a very systematic way with respect to the marker variable. And I will not repeat because all the concepts has been covered in detail by Professor Neeraj Kaushik. I will only go through some of the experiences with respect to how to select a marker variable as part of the research study, because we are conscious that a lot of scholars have been asking this question yesterday about which marker variable should I choose as part of my study. So I'll take one of the examples of what I have done versus I'll also refer to some of the papers in order to give some validated view about how to select a marker variable as part of the study. This might help scholars at larger view in order to understand about the selection of a marker variable. That's the only objective of what I'll be covering today. I hope I can share the screen. Yes, it's allowed for me. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. Can somebody confirm, please?
Perfectly visible.
Okay, perfect. Now, this is the slide which I'm using exactly the same slides that Professor Neeraj Kaushik has been using yesterday as well as part of his videos. This is to give you all a quick recap about the marker variable that we are talking about. As I said, I will not be dwelling into too much of in detail because this has already been covered. I will focus only from the point of view of selection of a marker variable for the studies. So this slide gives an overview about the different approaches for measuring common method bias and what has been focused this particular section with respect to making use of a marker variable for identifying whether common method bias is present in the study or not. The next what I would go through from the slide is what is a marker variable. As we have seen, a marker variable is theoretically unrelated. So please do mark these keywords. And this is what I will be referring to when I choose a particular marker variable. So the key aspect is it should be theoretically unrelated to the construct of interest. And if we look from the structural parameters, when they are examined both with and without this measure to determine its potential effect on the observed relationship. I'm just giving you a quick recap so that everybody is on the same page from the understanding of the marker variable. The next thing what Professor also covered was that for selection of the marker variable, one of the best ways to have a priori justification. Now, there are various aspects related to when we talk about this a priori justification. I'll probably discuss this with an example of what I have done. So this is for predicting a zero correlation. And without a priori assumption of no substantive relationship between a marker and other variables. Now, this is again a very key aspect. There should be no substantive relationship between marker and other variables as part of your study. So having said this, I'll quickly go through about a slide of what I have created just for the understanding point of view. If this is the conceptual model, you first refer to whatever is given on the line red above this red line. This is the conceptual model. What I've included here is only for the understanding point of view. A word of caution, never ever include like this as part of your research paper. This is only for the understanding point of view what I have given here. My model has got, this is only an example. My model has got many more such constructs. It also includes moderators and all. But as an example, I've given here, if my model includes 5 different constructs with 4 independent variables and 1 dependent variable. Very easy to understand. If you're familiar with some of the models and the theories, this is a model which is adapted from UTAUT of Venkatesh. I'm studying based upon what is the consumer behavioral perspective with respect to the usage of mobile banking adoption in India. For this, the factors are performance expectancy, effort expectancy, facilitating condition, and habits. which has got a relation with behavioral intent. That means how easy is it for me to make use of a mobile banking application? Similarly, do I perceive it to be useful? What kind of conditions exist? For example, do I have an access to the mobile data? Do I have access to a mobile smartphone? Do I have access to the mobile banking application by itself in order to perform the banking perspective? It could be financial or non-financial transaction. Okay, so if this is the model, what I'm using as a marker variable is fashion consciousness. So what is fashion consciousness? How conscious am I about the fashion? Do I, consider it to be of prime importance? Now, if I compare between what my study is versus the marker variable that I'm using as a fashion consciousness, there are absolutely no relation between them. Now, the key question which comes in is, what is the right approach of choosing a marker variable? Can I just choose anything arbitrarily? So the word of caution here is, whenever we develop a model, also whenever we develop a scale, like what I'll be referring to Professor Neeraj Kaushik as professor, it's much easier. Okay, so if I quote Professor of what he has covered in the past couple of days as part of this workshop, he has talked about the scale development. He has been talking some of the aspects with respect to the theory and the model as well, which should be very precise. It's not simply that I can have any question and then use it as part of my construct. So there are specified method of making sure that you are able to identify a particular construct and the different items as part of it. Whenever you're trying to publish this in a very good journal, for example, an ABDC journal, the key aspect is it should be grounded in theory. Selection of a construct, selection of the various items, and also even if a marker variable should be grounded in theory. So how to do that? Let me quickly go through some of the aspects again. I'll go back to the slide of Professor. Okay, I'm choosing only very specific ones from this. As I said, all of this has been covered in the past couple of days as part of the workshop. So diagrammatically, how do we represent them as part of testing it is making use of this kind of aspect. Like what he has shown as an example of testing a marker variable with different phases. And also, how do we test each one of them with a CFA model? So this is how typically it should be reported, as well as how it should be progressed with. Now, having said this, how did I choose a particular marker variable is, I did share a questionnaire early in the morning today. I don't know how many of you would have gone through this, though it's a questionnaire and we all have a tendency to either ignore or simply delete the questionnaire. This is a questionnaire which I've sent across to everybody today morning. It should be part of the data analysis group, and I can also share it in the WhatsApp group. This will give you an idea about the questions that I've used as part of the questionnaire, which includes the marker variables. So I'll show you the questionnaire as well. This is a replica of the model that I've shown as part of the mobile banking, usage of mobile banking application by the different users. Now, if you look into this, I'll simply go to the last one. So the last 3 questions are actually part of the marker variable. If I go back to the model, what I've shown it is about the fashion consciousness that I've taken as a marker variable. Now, in this, it is the first question is, when I must choose between the two, I usually dress for fashion, not for comfort. Or an important part of my life and activities is dressing smartly, or a person should try to dress in style. So if you look into various aspects of this, these are the 3 questions which comes in as part of this. Is it totally unrelated to all the work that I have done or the kind of constructs that that I have as part of the in order to understand the mobile banking usage by the consumers and their behavioral intention. How do we select this? So the first point would be is using the literature review. I'll give you one quick example and then I will show you from where did I use this construct. If I go back to, I will refer this paper, which is misuse of marker variables in detecting common method variants. This has been covered in one of the videos by the professor. He has gone through into various aspects of this paper. I will not be going through each one of them, but I will be showing you about what this paper has done is they have looked into the various marker variables, different studies that have used marker variable. So it's all about a review and demonstration of the marker variable choice, its reporting, its interpretation and detection of common method variants. So what I'll do is I'll directly take you to one of these pages. Give me one sec. It is in, yeah, it is in page number 11 of this particular document. This table which talks about examples of variables coded as ideal markers in study 1 published articles and unpublished dissertation. So they've done this kind of consolidation. Now, if you look into my study, if I compare with my study and give you a rationale about why have I used it. Okay, this gives a listing of all the marker variables. The first one is adaptability. Can I make use of adaptability as part of my study? No, I cannot, because I am talking about the adoption of mobile banking services by the consumers. If I make use of adaptability as part of a marker variable, that will still have correlation with either one or many factors. Attitude towards the brand. That means in my example or in my conceptual model, it could be, for example, the mobile banking app by different banking organizations like ICICI, SBI, or Paytm banks. So that means it could form, a consumer could form an attitude towards that particular brand or the banking organization. So can I use this as part of my study? No, I cannot. So though there are a lot of them are listed here, we need to be intelligent enough in order to understand which one should I pick and why, whether this kind of factor will or a construct will have a correlation with the existing construct as part of my study or not. And they do give this fashion consciousness as one of them. Okay, so there are many of them which are listed as part of this. This gives a very good overview with respect to the different types of constructs that has been used by different studies as a marker variable. So this could be used as an example. Now, how do you identify a marker variable for your study, for example? What I did was, frankly, I never worked on this before. So after the session of the workshop by professor, I looked into various aspects in order to understand about what should I be using and how should I be using as part of my next study. Whenever we search for any information, so one of the thing is the query that we use, be it on a Google or Scholar Google or any of the database that we search for which we have subscription in order to search for the research papers. It should be an intelligent, using intelligence keywords in order to search for it. So it should be, in my case, for example, instead of simply searching for something, I could use like a marker variable. You could also make use of some of the Boolean options like and or to have a proper results whenever you perform a search. So I picked up this particular paper, which gives a common method variance in IS research, a comparison of alternative approaches and a reanalysis of the past research. This is done by Professor Naresh Malhotra in the year, I think this paper is 2006, December 2006. They have done two different studies, study 1, study 2, both having marker variables. So I used one of them. This paper, I won't be going through every aspect of it, but they have used TAM. In TAM, they have used exactly the same fashion consciousness. But as I said, whenever you're using any of this kind of construct or a factor and the items, it should be grounded in theory. So there has to be an appropriate reason of using a particular construct. So when I looked into this, I found this is in appendix as part of this study. So these are the various constructs that Professor Naresh Malhotra has used as part of his study. These are all adapted scale from TAM. So perceived usefulness, ease of use, and usage intention. So the marker variable that he has used is fashion consciousness, which is grounded based upon the prior theories of Wells and Tiggart in 1971 and Lupkin and Darden in 1982. I looked into these papers as well. From these papers, and I've identified this, yes, this would be an appropriate marker variable for my study. So I'm just giving you the process that I've used in order to make a selection of a marker variable for my study. Okay. Is there anything else I need to cover? I think I've covered almost everything.